We do conception and birth until adult age, geriatric, death and dying. Come on in. Shoot, I do need to. For your student loans too, they make me take attendance. I have that. That's it. I'll do a quick intro of just myself. My name is John Trouth. I've been a social worker for 23 years. I've worked in the field in Claremont Recovery Center, Lighthouse Youth Services, Ohio Mentor, and then most recently Hospice. Anybody know what hospice is? Death and dying. I had a friend whose mom literally passed away last night on hospice, and it's tough. It's usually you have less than 6 months to live when you're on hospice, but it gives a family a way to kind of. Oh, my folder again. Sorry. We should, if you don't have a syllabus yet, I'm going to put it in for you right now. Is there a syllabus in here? I'm not huge. Hello, welcome. How are you? Good. So we will add a syllabus for you. Upload. Is this 3201? Okay. We'll do 3101. It's probably 3101. Let's see. Okay. Or 3011. That's it. See, I do have dyslexia. I probably shouldn't have finished my degrees when I did, but I finished them. So now you're stuck with me as a teacher. I'm just kidding. That's my bad joke for the day. So in the past, social work, if you do this in graduate school, this is a 1 semester class. But in undergraduate, they want you to do 2 sections. Half of it, like up to almost adolescence and adulthood, is human behavior 1. And then the second half, from adolescence and adulthood to death and dying, is human behavior 2. And we infuse theories about social work in here. There is a lot of theory. Whenever my teacher said that in undergrad, my eyes would glaze over. I'm like, what are you talking about? Theories. And as I practiced social work, it made more sense, like whatever it was. Do you have your hand raised? I'm sorry. Okay. Anybody have questions so far? Like, what the heck are we doing? Usually I only have like 4 or 5 major assignments, so we try to get to the point. The conception part, we will start with. If you don't know how babies are made, you're going to learn how in this class. I have my 4th coming, and it's been 4.25 years. We've had 4 kids, and I'm 47 years old on my next birthday, so I feel old. Anybody have an old dad? No? So I'll be 65 when my newest baby graduates high school, I think. I'll be 65. Because I'm 47 in June.
You know the gender yet? Like,
we know the gender. She is Veronica Christine. We got Isabel Philomena, June of 2020. James Joseph was May of 2021. So 10 and a half months later, we fucked up. We thought, like, if you're breastfeeding, you're not supposed to conceive if you're breastfeeding. Have you guys ever heard about this theory? Well, we were pumping and using formula, so we were breastfeeding, but you got to have like a strong latch breastfeeding, and it tells the body to shut off and stop pushing out eggs. Well, 6 weeks after the first baby, we had James. He's insane. 19 months later, we had Thomas, Jonathan, and now Veronica. Anybody from a big family? Okay. I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Does that count as big? What? How many years apart? We're 15 years apart for 5 of us.
My older sister is like 30.
Okay.
My other sister, her, she's like 29.
Okay.
My older brother, 27.
Okay.
And my brother that's up above me, 21. I'm 19.
Okay.
Got a little sister. She 9. Got a little better than me, 12.
Hmm.
I'm tired.
Right. Okay. Well, let's try introductions. Any of you could go first if you want. Anybody interested in first introduction?
Pick us out of the room because that popcorn stuff is crazy.
Is it? Oh, you want to go in order somehow, like first?
Wait, what are we saying?
You can just do hometown, major, high school. How many siblings?
Okay. My name is Talayla. I'm a social work major. I'm from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I don't even know my high school name, but I guess I'm the kid.
Okay. And then how many siblings? Okay, yeah. Family of 5. 5 including you or 5? 6 total.
5 including me.
Okay. And then who's next?
My name is Princess. I'm from Detroit. I'm a social work major. I'm the middle child. I have 2 other sisters. Yeah, that's really it.
Okay. Welcome. D-Town is any different this summer? Better, worse, or still the same?
Happy to make it back to school.
Right. Okay, good.
My name is Victoria. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. My major is social work, and I have 3 siblings. They all girls and men.
Okay, welcome.
My name is Tyler. I'm a psych major. I'm from Cincinnati.
Sophomore?
Yeah, second semester.
Okay.
I'm 20 and I have 2 younger brothers. I'm the oldest.
Okay. Welcome.
My name is Cassie. I'm from Grand Lake, Michigan. I'm a social work major and a sophomore. I'm the only child.
Awesome.
Okay. My name is Amia. I am a junior. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I have 4 other siblings.
Welcome.
My name is Kira. I'm a sophomore. I'm a social work major, and I have 4 siblings.
Welcome. Thank you. Anybody else need this sign-in sheet? Do we miss any sides of the room? Okay.
I'm Jaden, everyone. I'm from Dayton.
Sorry.
I'm a senior and I'm an education teacher.
Okay.
I have 1 brother, but I didn't grow up with him, so I say I'm only child.
Okay. All right. Welcome.
My name is Charlie Jefferson. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I'm a social work major, a sophomore. Like I said, the siblings. And yeah.
Welcome.
My name is Michaela. I'm a sophomore. From Fort Wayne, and I'm an only child. And I'm a
Welcome.
social work major.
Okay.
So, my name is LaShawn. I am a double major in social work and psychology.
Thank you.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I have 4 other siblings.
2 brothers and 2 sisters. Okay, that's what I have. Middle child?
Oldest.
Okay.
I'm Shania. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm a senior and I'm a psych major and I have 4 other siblings.
2 brothers and 2 sisters?
3 sisters and 1 brother.
Okay. Dang, he's messed up then, isn't he? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
My name is Arlo. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I'm a social work major and I'm a sophomore, and I have 2 siblings.
Awesome. Brother and sister.
Older brother.
It is weird how, like, anybody from a family of all of one species or whatever you call it. All girls? Dang. That's got to be a different dynamic, I'm guessing.
It's fun.
Okay.
Super fun.
Hello, y'all. My name is Anaya. I am a social work major. I'm from Chicago, and I'm a sophomore.
and I also have 6 siblings, but 5 on my mom's side, 1 on my dad's side.
Welcome.
Oh, and I'm the oldest.
Okay.
I'm Leia. I'm a sophomore. I'm a social work major for now. And
You can always change. You can always change. It's okay. We don't take it personal.
and then I'm a middle child. I have an older brother and a younger brother.
So what you gonna change to? Okay.
Is communications easier, do you think?
No, but I feel like it's something I'd be more into as an individual. I
Right.
don't want to just force myself to get a social work degree and then not.
You can. I know that it's harder, but some people do 2 majors.
What did that look like for you?
It's the same hours.
Yeah, and especially for social work and psychology together, you have to take like a lot of the same classes.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Mhm. So I know we have 3 more. Well, you guys go first, and then I'll get into my spiel.
I'm Mackenzie. I'm a sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, and my major is social work, and I have 8 siblings. They all different size though.
4 of each, or
5 on my 5, and then
okay.
I'm Samia. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I'm a sophomore majoring in social work, and I have 7 siblings, including me, and I'm the youngest.
Even number. More boys or more girls?
More girls.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, hi, I'm Josiah. I'm a junior double major in psychology and social work. I'm from the Bahamas, and I have 4 siblings. 2 boys, 2 girls.
Really? Middle child?
I'm the youngest, but I'm a twin, so it's like,
Oh, yeah. Who came out first?
her, so I'm
You're the youngest. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You're technical.
Interesting. Oh, wow. Oh. So we were given a quick breakdown with, I have practice class right before you guys. Central State is an accredited social work program. We were not always lucky enough to say that. Because we're accredited, if you get a degree here, whether it takes you, some people get it done in a few years. I don't know how, but they do it. Like maybe it's 18 in fall and spring, and then 11 in the summer. So that's like 49. Then they do it again the second year, another 49. So you got almost 100. Then you do like 22 in your 3rd year. Crazy, but people do it. I'm not that organized or efficient. Because we are accredited, you have the ability to go to what's called advanced standing graduate school. What that means is you would have a Master of Social Work degree in 1 year. It's like 33 hours at most graduate schools. If you got just a psych degree like me, nobody directed me in the right way. I screwed up, and so I had to do 67 graduate school hours and almost 3 years in graduate school. But because we're accredited, you qualify. You've got to keep the GPA up, and you can do 1 year grad school. I work for hospice on the weekends. I know they start at 70,000 if you worked, do your 4+1, like bachelor's and master's. And you get a MSW, LSW. If you get your license and master's, you're starting at 70,000. I started at like 30 some thousand. That was only 15 years ago. I'm like, how in the hell has it doubled in like 15 years? Yeah. Stimmy checks. All them stimmy checks were fun until milk doubled, gas doubled, and prices doubled. But so that's my one speech for social work. It's not for everybody, so I understand that. And then some people are like, dang, I want to double major. I wish I double majored. I wish somebody talked me into it because I was only psych and I could do nothing with it. Like nothing. So right after undergrad, I was a double. I was theology, psychology. Then I started an MA in theology and was kind of told about social work. And I finished social work quickly and got my license and job. Then I went back and got an MA in theology and pastoral counseling. My doctorate is counseling. So that was my kind of breakdown of how I did my schooling. I am a chaplain for hospice. So I'm a switch hitter, chaplain and social worker. When they need a chaplain, they call. I can say Our Father and stuff, but right, right. But they do want you to have chaplaincy degrees. So that's my bad joke about a MA in theology and pastoral counseling. But I do use it. I do get paid for it. So I know some of you. Anybody make a resume yet? We have to make resumes. Was it fun? You ever heard of the Vita? That's something we have to make. But like, they have you put all your education and then all your jobs. Usually if it's an academia where you taught. So I had like 4 other schools and then all your social work jobs. So like clinical stuff. So those are all the different places I had worked. I love social work is all over the place. Like if you want and thrive off doing other things, then you can do it. That's what's so cool about it. So
You said with social work?
you can do so much with social work. It's so versatile. I don't know how to.
I heard that. That's why I switched my major, because I was a psych major and then I was like,
Okay.
I would do more with social work.
You can. I was a psych major too. I still have it. Yes.
So how broad do you think it could be? Because I was like, when I first came to college, I came undecided because I didn't know I was going to do. And then I changed to social work because I was going to do psychology, but everybody's like, you can't do anything with that unless
True.
you go to grad school.
Very true.
I'm not going to grad school.
You don't have to.
So
You can get a license with your bachelor's.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not about to go to grad school. So do you think it would be like, do you think it would work if I used a social work major, social work degree to do more like therapy type things, or would I also still need-
Absolutely.
I could.
You can, and there is another way you could do that with your associates. People start out with their CDCA. It's called the Chemical Dependency Counselor Assistantship. You only need 60 hours of college to start working with that. And there's $400 million in the state of Ohio to hire addictions counselors. I know that's more geared towards addictions. If you wanted to expand all kinds of different areas of therapy, it does help to get that 1-year master's. But again, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. Maybe you're in the field, you work for a while with your license. You're like, I'd like to get that 1-year master's. They give you 5 years to decide. Like I think your advanced standing status goes out for 5 years after you graduate. So you never have to. You can for 5 years. I've heard of some people still get in 10 years later, but you got to talk them into it. So absolutely. I never knew I could counsel with a social work license. I'll say that. Is that what you're kind of asking? I had no idea. In fact, when I was in between these 2 jobs, I was here and then I got $24,000 a year there. I never wanted to get my license, and you could live off that. I bought a house with that back then. It was a $100,000 house. I rented a bunch of rooms. I had a 4-bedroom, so I rented. That's what I bought. I still look at it on Zillow. I still go look at it like, oh,
How much is it going for now?
a lot. Because that was 05, 06. But then they say, get your license and we'll give you 50% more pay. You counsel people at Claremont Recovery Center. I was a clinical social worker. I got my independent license and training and supervision there. Somebody talked me into my doctorate there. I don't know why.
Was it worth it?
I still am grateful I did it, but it took forever. I mean, look how long I'm in graduate school. If I like from, where did I put it? I didn't put years. It was that bad. It was like for 8 years. I started that in 08. And I was working full time. So I finished my doctorate in 16. But I've been working full time through all of these, including
You just took like a few classes.
I would do 2 every semester. So entirely up to you. I think it will open your horizons. Communications would go great with social work. I think you could do it in the same time because when you all open your check sheets, that's the catch. Like you've got only, that's our syllabus. That's the most important. And when somebody sent me, this is what you can get paid doing therapy yesterday. I was like, holy shit. This is a new private practice that if you see somebody for 53 minutes, Aetna, they give you 121 for that 53 minutes. Cigna, they give you 89. Oxford. Now, this is when you get your bachelor's, master's, and independent license, but I never thought I'd see those numbers in social work. I'll just say, like, I felt shocked. So on your check sheet, you only have 49 on this side in social work. There's really only 9 classes because I count these two as the same class when you do your field. There's 9 of those. You've got 49 hours here. Well, it says it here. 48, 49, and you've got 23 to like fuck around and find out, so to speak. So you could do 23 hours of BS electives like basket weaving or yoga, or some people add a second major. I know Dr. Jackson is saying we're steering people away from double majors because it's confusing, but if you're going to do it, I'll support you as much as I can, and then your psych advisor will have to support you as much as they can. We'll get you out of here in time. That's the goal. So you just make sure your check sheets. The challenge is you'll have now a psych check sheet too. Oh my God. You're going to do it. Right? So does that answer any questions? Does everybody have one of these? If you need one, email me. I can send it to you. And it helps you organize your life. I wish that I did when, oh crap, I got to do that. Yes.
So like if you want to like double major in psychology as well, do we go talk to program?
You do. Because I will say I can only advise you in social work. So it does become more complicated. We'll find a way to work with you as much as we can. But I think you get so many open, expanded options with social work. I worked with kids that had autism. I worked at Claremont Recovery Center. I did trauma groups at Lighthouse. And I work with the dying over at Hbse.
And is there a practicum for psych?
There's an optional practicum, which is kind of nice. It's optional. I'm jealous. We don't get no optional in social work. So you guys, so we're creating new classes too. Now we have a forensic social work piece that we're going to add a class for. That's called forensic social work. Anybody doing forensics? You heard of it? You know what it is? Like investigating kids and fingerprints and abuse and trauma. Okay. So I know I have too many tabs. Everybody reminds me of this. There we are. Too much open. So we will have 4 to 5 major assignments. The big ones are, first off, and I'm going to make a genogram next class. There is chalk. That's good. It will be about my brothers and sisters. You try to go 3 generations. It's almost like a family tree, but you're looking at mental health and like addictions also. I've got alcoholism on both sides of my family. I've got different things that we all overcome. If presented, I guess sometimes it's hard to overcome some of them, but like the reason we do it and make our own is because when in social work you get your first client, you're going to want to know their family history, like how many kids, what's the birth order, who was oldest, good and bad things, and then one other thing that will help you make your eco map is if you guys, apparently they only have this for iPhones. It's called Life Cycle, and it shows you like every single place you go throughout the day. And it's just getting a pattern of your behaviors. They're already tracking you on your phone anyway. So I said, I'd like to see what they're tracking. So, It's just called Life Cycle on an iPhone. It's free. It's an app on iPhone. You got to download it. So Life Cycle. I don't know how do you like bring it up there? Somebody found one on an Android that has nothing to do with, there we go. Yeah, I think it was last semester. And it's just called like Life Cycle app. And it will help you, not approach. Come on. Why do they finish what you're writing? Is that Google for you? I like it because, yeah, you'll get a front run. It should look like that. And it even kind of calculates your sleep sometimes. I'm seeing with these babies, I don't have sleep at all, ever. None. So if I say weird stuff, that's why. That's my excuse. I don't mean to, but I'm just tired. Yeah, like this. Oh, what? That mine's been averaging like a few hours a night. They got 8 hours and 37 minutes. Damn. And I drive an hour and 11 to get here. So they only had an hour of driving, hour and 11 minutes every day. I'm trying to move closer. It's just, that's life. An hour and 11 minutes. Hour and 11 minutes. Cincinnati.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good drive.
So, a lot of time driving.
That's hours.
I do plug in. I do have solar panels, so I've tried to nix that. They let me charge here. That helps too. Thank God. It's just a cheap Nissan Leaf. So, what was the other questions about assignments? In social work, we have to make sure we cover all of these to stay accredited. So we will. You can read them at your leisure. What you guys will learn. But like conception to adulthood, that's a lot too. There's a lot in there. Huh? We do have a textbook. It should be the electronic one somehow on. I can send you all of the PowerPoints if you guys need it. I can send you all the PowerPoints.
I'm trying to opt out of that 360.
Oh, what is that?
It's like you pay $360, $360 for a semester to get the books.
That's how much they charge you guys now?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Is that because it's 5 textbooks or something?
I don't even know, but
Damn.
I ain't never touched it. Did you opt out of it? If you didn't opt out of it, then you pay for it.
But they didn't let me. They said you just don't go to book and then they take it out or whatever. And I asked them.
Will they give you a hardcover book?
No, they give you the online copy.
They said I had to pay for it to get access to it.
Yeah. If you don't opt out of it, you're paying
How
for
do you
it.
opt out of it? 'Cause I
They
asked my
say you,
neighbor.
it's like when you go like on the website, it should show you like in your announcement from you as well, but they also send out emails.
Here's what we're using.
Because if I don't need
Here we
it,
go.
I don't want to keep it this year.
I'll send you guys every single PowerPoint
When I open my
right
email,
now.
it's over here.
Oh, does it work?
Reminder for all the issues students.
Does that work?
The link's opt out.
The book or even a download. I'll send you all of the PowerPoints right now, but you got to tell me if it works.
Y'all have to September 30th. So I got it.
All right, it's a Dropbox link, but you should be able to rip them off of that. Like you go click, and then it goes into here. Yeah, there we go. And we're just doing half of that. We might get up to 6 if we're lucky, 7, but starting.
I would say the oldest matters. Like we use like the look into the family traits and the tree. What is the oldest? Like what does the older matter?
Oh, how does being the oldest sibling affect you?
Yeah.
Well, that's
The most. And then it's like I got like big sister and little sister syndrome because my older brother's autistic. So it's like I'm a little sister, but I'm really big sister.
Okay.
there's a lot of research on oldest females in the household. There's a lot, I swear. Like if you look that up, it's like, damn, like they run the world, which is weird. I'm serious. Like the oldest women run the world. Like if you look it up, they have, yeah.
You gotta be organized.
There's gallons of research on that. Oh, no, I wanted conception. Does anybody know how babies are made? That's the best part of the class, though. Like, there's some good shit. There we go. Okay, wait. Well, I think they start with that. Let me download it. I hate when it's Google Files. Do you still use Google Files? Do they give you access to Word or PowerPoint? They should. Okay. I know it's like a lot of space. Really? That's what everybody's doing. Yeah. But it changes shit. So like if I was a social worker assessing me and my wife today, without saying it, I'd be like, you're fucked. but that's not what you want to start like an expectant parent out. Like we're going to have a baby next week, and I probably will go remote for a little bit just to warn you guys. So
Wait, she really do next week?
I swear to God.
You need all the stuff like that, like.
I hope so, but we're Catholics. You do the pull and pray method. That's it. Like literally, you pull and then you pray, and then if you do it right, there's 10 days you're fertile, and you're not supposed to engage in intercourse, and then there's 20 days you're not fertile, and it's fine every day. But for 10 days you can't. For 10 days you can't. I kid you not, and there's ways to check for women. So you can't get pregnant without mucus. So like if there is mucus, you pee, you wipe, there's mucus, you can get pregnant. So without mucus, you can't get pregnant. And that's for people that are having fertility issues. It's research called the Creighton methodology, but you look it up, and without mucus, you can't get pregnant. Here's kind of what it looks like. I know you guys mostly know this. And there's your fallopian tube. Often you get fertilized here. You need the egg to leave the fallopian tube, because you know what happens if the egg doesn't leave the fallopian tube? It's bad. It's like a night, and that's, I think it's called ectopic pregnancy. It happens. It is normal sometimes to have a miscarriage. We had 2, which is crazy. It would be 4 and 4.25 years. I don't know too many other people that are having 4 in less than 4.5 years. But we were old, so we were like, we didn't even know we could have a baby. Sure enough, we can. And then we kept going. She wanted 4 or 5. I'm open to it. Yeah. What sucks is inflation. We didn't have inflation before we started having babies. Now we're like, oh fuck. They could go here. I don't know how affordable. I mean, I'm tenured now. Do you guys have teachers leave that often? Is that what happens? When you're like, nah, you ain't staying forever. Is that for real? Do teachers leave that much? Why?
I don't think this.
We do get paid the lowest in the state of Ohio. I do hear that.
In this school?
Yes.
Teachers were not
Yep.
retiring, they were just leaving. They was like, well, I'm going to
Right.
a different school.
So maybe that was a helpful game changer when I saw that this has that much, that we're allowed to see up to 8 clients on the side per our teachers union. So if you could do a 53-minute session for any of those look fine, as I'm used to 57 to 59 per hour. So when I saw these people, unless if they're lying, I'll let you know if they're lying. You never know until you know. So they could just be blowing smoke up your ass. But that's helpful. Like that helps. So when you're pregnant, there's 10 days you're fertile. Well, there's really, I think, 3 with the women, but sperm lives 7 days. So you got to add them all together. And if you don't, you might get pregnant. Yeah, if you're trying to get pregnant. You said it's 2. It's
2 days. I thought sperm lasts 2 days.
And maybe they're doing like, if it's 2 point whatever, they're just making sure you don't get pregnant. Maybe that's why they're saying 10 solid days you could get, like they hide out in there, like a little sperm hides right here. Women are slower than men. Did you know? Female sperm is slower. So if you want a girl, you're supposed to do loads before. Swimming slower is the male swim first. If you already drop an egg and the male's first, you're going to have a boy. But if like I guess your period ended, you could. There's some research on that too. That's what my wife wanted to do. I think she's full of shit, but we are having a girl. We are having a girl, so something must have happened. And she woke me up in the middle of the night, so I guess she's like, I want a girl, and it's got to be right now. I'm like, damn. Yeah, she woke me up. She's like, wake up. I'm like, oh, whoa, okay, we got a girl. So what? It happens. And then you want to implant right here. You don't want an ectopic pregnancy. So it takes 3 days to travel. It goes here. And again, sperm can't live without the mucus because sometimes there's like stuff they feed off of. There's like, it just dies. So if there is no mucus, and that's it's called the Creighton method. I'll show you guys. There's so much we could talk about this for so long. You would get bored of it. So I'm not going to talk about it that long for you all. Anybody want to have kids? I know nowadays nobody wants to have kids, right? It's okay. She's allowed to have a kid if she wants a kid. You can say yeah. Right. Right. It's okay if you don't either. Like we're not going to put value judgments on it. Like right. Most people want a boy and a girl. Like let's replace ourselves. What? You want more? Yeah, that's you're allowed to. Right. You don't carry it for 9 months. I know. So the Creighton method I was referring to, just so you guys know, unleashing the power of a woman's cycle. There's a shit ton of research. Oh yeah, we had this like green means baby. And if you don't want a baby, don't have sex that day. So green, you can't have. If you want a baby, have sex that day. Red means you're not fertile. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different. She did get the fucking folder and all this shit, like motherfucker. So yeah, see all that shit, like that's organized as hell. But you think any of that shit worked if we had 4 babies in 4.5 years? I don't think so. I know it can, but you've got to be like abstinent. You know what I mean? You don't have sex for those 10 days. Not even once. Not even pulling preg. Nope. Right. Everyone's cycle's different. I bet you the white is where there's I'm almost forgetting, but like mucus or like dropping the egg. Now you for sure will get pregnant. So yeah. What is the exact due date? First week of September. Does that count? Does that? And she's usually 2 weeks early. So she's usually 2 weeks early. So that's the big question though. How are you all remote? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you like who likes online classes and who hates them? I hate them. Okay.
I don't like online classes that are like
Organized.
online.
Right.
Like hybrid is okay. Yeah, I like hybrid.
Okay.
Sometimes I do
Right.
online, that's fine.
So we'll go hybrid-ish for at least a week and a half after the baby. So just so I can be a good fucking dad. It's hard. It's hard to be.
Especially post like after.
Well, the first baby, they had to pull him out with like they put some shit up in her like, and it rips you and shit. So she couldn't walk like they do. But usually that doesn't happen. So not to like freak anybody out, but. So how many don't want kids? Okay, it's okay. There's no, and you don't have to identify yourselves either. But I've heard nowadays people are like, hell no, I don't want kids. Is that true? Oh, the economy. Okay. You got me there. We are broke as shit. I have 4 jobs.
See, that's why I don't understand. Like, I work 2 jobs or something. I just don't know. Like, I still probably wouldn't be able to like live on my own. Like, I don't.
What in Detroit?
But it's still like.
Oh yeah, you guys.
The economy is just so much.
So like, I do cover inflation here. So like, this is a good example of inflation. The same houses I have always bought. Just the way the price was. I went to school in Kentucky, so I bought this little farmhouse. It did have 4 bedrooms. I rented out all of them. And I was hustling. I made like 70 grand in 10 years just renting it cash. So that was good money, like to live off of. It wasn't, it was only 7-8 grand extra a year, but I was not complaining. Oh yeah, the price now. So I bought it for 110. Now they think it's worth triple. What the fuck? That's kind of what I'm saying about inflation.
Can we see you on that? Because you can see the history.
Oh yeah, here's when I bought it.
Let me see this house. 300 and something. It's a 5 bedroom.
Oh, I did turn both the garages into bedrooms, and I rented because I was a mile from NKU graduate school, like Northern Kentucky University. I went to law school there and dropped out. I hated it.
You did a lot.
I lived in El Salvador, Nicaragua for a long time. I took a bus from here to Nicaragua. That was the. It looks like that on the maps.
You need to publish a biography.
Well, maybe
Chapter one.
That might get them babies rich for real.
there. That's what it looks like. There you go. So like I drove.
Oh, no.
You take a Greyhound. It was a Greyhound, so it probably took that. So like at the time, my girlfriend lived like here. No, I've been engaged a few times, but I have. That's the whole point of engagement. You're engaging with each other. You find out if you're a match. And if you don't engage well, you got to say, love you, bye. So you're saying engagement is one and done. You got to do it. Which one? I did get one back, and then I gave it to my buddy as he was about to get engaged. So I sold it to him, and he was able to upsell it for a bigger ring. So that did work out. But that was weird. Maybe a few. I met her when she was. I met her when she was engaged to my roommate in this house. He died. He got married to someone else first, but he died, and we reconnected at his funeral. I guess it is a funny story if you tell me. That was a nice looking house with the solar and shit. You guys are cracking me up now. Life happens though. You ever had, so anybody have, like 55% of us are affected by divorce. 55%, right? Isn't that? And then the second marriage is 65%. Third marriage is 75% divorce rate. You say it's because they run the numbers up. You're right. It's like done. Good move. Good move. Right. Because they do say it's the ones who get married a few times run them numbers up. So. Okay.
Like 2-3 years.
First time I got engaged, I lived in Nicaragua. It was like a service learning semester, dirt floors. It would rain and the pig ran in our room. I feel like it was like a trauma connection. We were both like living in food scarcity and dated a few years and then got engaged. But it was more like that trauma connection, not like a bond connection. Because we moved home and you grow up and we both went to different grad schools and all that. She got her doctorate too in nursing. So yeah, you have different reasons why people like hook up. And literally we were like the only two gringos in Managua, Nicaragua, like out of a group of green. We lived next door to each other. So you could sneak out in the middle of the night or whatever. But anyway, enough about me. Soon we'll get to hear your all's family tree and family history, or hopefully it's not a family wreath, but sometimes they are. Right.
Well, you said go back 3 generations?
3 generations. That's the first assignment. So like mom and dad, who are their brothers and sisters, then who are the grandparents. Any addiction, mental health, cancer, high school grad, college grad. Do you want a video that tells you all this real fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
You are going to make one. You're going to make a genogram. It's very common in social work.
Nationwide, it's 42%.
What's the big
What's
one?
the American rate?
How we have a high divorce rate and a high birth? They said the marriage.
This is the short video. We'll just start with this. I'll make mine. No, Thursday. I know his accent is hard to understand, but I'll make one for you guys with my family and all of our genetic defects too. If you do the opposite of that, that's fine. You just got to label it. Like, here's my mom, here's my dad, here's my brothers. This one finished high school, this one finished college, stuff like that. It does get confusing, but again, why do we make these? The point being, the first social work clients you guys see, most of the shit we carry in our life into therapy is because of our family, no matter what. All the shit we grew up with, attachment theory, how our dad was, did he work too much? Did he drink too much? Did he not work at all? Was he homeless? Did he join the military? Did he run the house like a military household? Were they messy? Were they hoarders? Were they alcoholism, addiction, neglect? We'll get into parenting styles. But when you see your first client, you want to know how to make this. For us to learn how to make it, we're going to make one on ourselves first. It will all be confidential. Only share what you're okay with sharing, obviously. It's not going to be put on blast. It's going to be turned in confidentially. This is the quickest description I have that I always use. I'll make one Thursday too. So you're going to see us make one and then you'll make your own. They sell a software to do it. You don't have to buy it. It kind of pisses me off. They make money on every damn thing in education. So you could just draw it by hand and take a picture to turn it in. And then same with your eco map, which you might get by the life cycle. Wait, let's see here. Life cycle. There it is. It's fun as you like track like how many hours do I spend driving 2 hours and 20 minutes today? Holy shit. Is that correct? I guess so. Yesterday I drove 2 hours and 35. That is crazy. We are trying to move close, Middletown, crackheads. My new home. So that is a lot, but mine would kind of look like that with two. I go 15 years apart, brother, sister, brother, myself in the middle, then brother, sister. I think there is 14 grandchildren that I would put in. I'll have 4 of them next week or next month. And then, yeah, my mom was from 8, my dad's from 6. There is alcoholism and cancer in the family big time. So it tells me about myself that I could certainly be an alcoholic. I definitely could get cancer, things of that nature. So any questions? That's the first one. Eco Map's our second one, but just what do you do all day? Like some of you lift weights, some of you do the band, some of you do the sports, SGA, home, church, like what does your week look like? And there's a good video on how to make those next. So Thursday, I'll show you my confidential information about my family. And it tells you a lot about yourself, though. You're like, holy shit, am I really that messed up? Or I'm from that, or, it shows resilience too. Like, I did okay. I got into college. I probably shouldn't have. Things like that. Any questions? You guys get mad if you get out like 15 minutes early? Y'all signed in? All right. Some people do. They're like, man, I paid for this shit. Stay the whole time.
One of my classes, we have went online. We decided to go online for the rest of the semester.
Wait, already? Yep.
When y'all were talking about like I used to be a social worker.
Okay. Right.
So do you think that was like
Everybody has a different opinion. Are you a senior already?
Yeah.
So you have plenty of time. Like we have a lot of people that finish with both. You just want to make sure social work is first if you want to qualify for advanced standing. That's all. There's no wrong decisions here, but if you're looking for like efficiency and a 1-year master's, which I wish somebody told me about it, because then I wanted to finish as a psych major. Because there's more job options. Okay, but I'm not going to, I can only guide you on the social work side is all. So yeah, you can still double. You can do however you'd like. It's your choice.
So now I'm working on social work.
Did you get your degree for psychology?
No, I'm going to graduate both at the same time. I'm going to finish my psychology check sheet.
Yeah, I just had a question.
Yeah.
No, you can go. I need help with my check sheet.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask about too. Well, I have to go see Perdoma first.
Are you guys